Well, welcome back. This is Jed and TV, one of the first installments ever. Get excited. Really excited to kind of embark on this new journey with you guys, and what better way to make a video on something that I'm extremely passionate about, and that's fantasy football. So what I've got here is Fantasy Pros they have a really good mock draft simulator, which hopefully football will be kicking off sometime this year. With all the COVID stuff going on, but I just want to take a really quick video here on what to expect or how to draft, and we'll just kind of see how this one's going to run. I don't know if y'all have had any kind of experience with the Fantasy Pros website, but it's actually really intuitive, and we kind of customize to your league settings like we've done here. We've got the 2020, obviously. I like to run the PPR. It's what we got going on right now in my own personal league. That we'll probably have some extra videos from people in there. Snake. Oh, we usually go with the snake. Let's do 12 teams. All right. Let's randomize my position in the draft, and 10th. Okay, this one's gonna be bad. I know from previous drafts that I've done. Kind of leaves me a little light on the running backs, but we'll give it a whirl here. Speaking of which, the way that we run our league here, we got one quarterback, two running backs, three wide receivers, which is good. We don't have a tight end. Remove that. We do have a flex with the tight end. And we also have 7 bench spots. I wanted to make sure to give an extra bench position this year. Primarily, we usually run with 6, but with all the unexpectancy of the COVID, figured it might be nice to have that extra bench spot in case someone gets hurt or has to be on a 2-week wait to come back with the showing symptoms, that kind of thing. Figured that'd be fair. And I definitely don't want to uncheck any of these boxes here because I like to see what the experts think. And just scroll down and start your draft. It might take a second for it to put everything together. And let's see, while it's doing that, I'd like to thank our sponsors today. There's nobody for right now. We have so I think this year I'm going to be in 2 leagues as long as everything's running smoothly. Both of them are PPR. One of them is my own private league that I've been running now for close to 10 years. And then the second league I've been running with guys from work for the past 3 years now. This will be the 3rd year. And fortunately for me, I've won every year that I played with them. So once this it's taking a little bit of time to roll in here, but once I get this other computer that I'm working on budgeting for, this should run a lot smoother. We'll see. Obviously, I don't have a graphics card in this one. But yeah, I want to thank you guys for joining. If you want to take the time and hit the little subscribe button down there at the bottom and hit the bell, and be getting more of these videos to come. Let's wait. We're just gonna wait. See what happens here. We do probably have a lot of things going on in the background, but we'll just have to check it out. Let's get this out of there. Let's get this out of there. How are we running here? How are we looking? All right. Well, there we go. Looks like we're finally up and running. Let me see what we can also do to speed up this process. There we go. Here we go. Wow. Wow. Okay, looks like I kind of lucked out. I'm more of personally, I like to go with the heavy on the running backs early, so I can get those guys that are going to be in there not like all the time. And I feel like I'm kind of a bit in a lucky situation here where I have Joe Mixon available. I'm gonna just go ahead and draft him right now. I think he's going to do wonders this year, and hopefully Kenyon Drake's going to come back to me. I don't expect him to, but if he does, he's going to be my next pick for sure. Um, didn't make it. Or did he? Yeah, he did make it. Y'all, this is going to be killer draft. I don't know if I should be sharing this either. I don't want to be a bunch of my friends that I play with um, looking at my secrets. Oh, look at that. Here's the 15 years. Yo, World of Warcraft, it's a great game actually. It's going to be one of them that I'm probably going to play once I get another computer up and running. But like I said, man, there's no need to hesitate. I'm going to go ahead and draft Kenyon Drake. Um, I've had him when he was at Miami. They dogged him bad. I don't know why they weren't playing him. He's a very talented running back. Let me check out my roster. I need to speed things up here though. Let me just get rid of this and this and this. Let's close some of these windows, y'all. Maybe this will work a little bit quicker. Yeah, I really need to get another computer that can handle all this stuff. Sorry for the lag. Let's take a look here. Close that. I'm kind of digging this Logitech software though. Maybe that's what's holding me back, but I think I think this is actually working pretty well. Ooh, okay. So let's take a look here. I like to go to the cheat sheets and the suggestions. I like to make my own suggestions, but on the cheat sheets it will actually tell you a long list of the players, and I'll hide the drafted players. I don't need to know who took who. We still have Todd Gurley up there. Gosh. Odell Beckham. Man, I just don't know. I think what I might have to do, since we have these guys available still, I might pick one of these up as my third starting running back and then work on these, because I just don't know about Odell Beckham. And I don't know about these two guys. They're very hit or miss. I'm not confident. I wish Robert Woods might be available in the third round still. We're in the third round. He might still be available in the fourth round. But even some of these guys look more appealing. I'll tell you what though, I do like Todd Gurley. And I do like Melvin Gordon. Let me see what this guy looks like. And also, not a lot of people like to do this, but I still like to keep an eye on my my bye weeks. Which weeks are strong. That says that he's got a bye week on 8, which I already know. I believe it was the last person I picked, Kenyon Drake. I think he's got a bye week. Let me click on roster here. Yeah, he's got the bye week on 8. What does Gurley have? Man, it's between those two guys, Gurley and Gordon. Because, man, if he gets prepared to sit out the season, if we're going to plan in place. Okay, well, here we go. He's ready to sit out. There's no COVID plan. Comprehensive safety plan during the pandemic. Ooh, well, I'm not going to waste my third pick on that, I'll tell you that. Let me see if there's any special news. I didn't even look on that. See about Melvin Gordon. I'll definitely take that risk of having two of my top running backs on a week 8 bye. Way back in the was going to run. It should be easily. It's a solid RB2 option. Solid RB2 option. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I'm gonna go ahead and draft Melvin Gordon. Got to do it now. Also, I won't have the opportunity again. I take it Todd Gurley and Chris Carson might be gone upon the wraparound there. Odell Beckham, he's gone. Robert Woods. Oh, and got the tight end. See, I'm not really wanting to stretch, especially if my league doesn't have tight ends, a primary tight end. I'm not going to stretch for it. If there's one that comes a little bit later on in the draft where he's a high target, then yeah, maybe. I'm just not feeling super heavy on tight ends, and I haven't been for the past couple years that we've had PPR in this league. So, looking at the options again, we still have a tier 3 wide receiver with Cooper Kupp. I'm not really too sold on Kupp. He did have a great year, but in the last part of the season last year, he got a little injury bug, and he's pretty much non-existent at that time. Or I can just go for another running back. People are high on Calvin Ridley, and you got to remember, being at the back half of the draft, I've got what, like 20 picks before I get another one. And so if you want to look over here, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. We're going to be looking right around this window. So my next pick is going to have one of these guys. I better well damn sure have a nice receiver to go with my three stud running backs. Um, and they've got high hopes with Calvin Ridley. I personally think that he's a little high on the draft, but at the same time, compared to all the other people, I think he's more of he's got more of a higher floor. DJ Shark. Right now, what I'm thinking of is basically between Calvin Ridley and DJ Chark. Chark's got a great chemistry with Minshew over there in Jacksonville, and I know he lit it up last year. And something about the names with the two letters in the front, like everyone seems to be doing that now. We got AJ, we got DJ, we got DK, we got TY, we got AJ. Like, what's going on? I think there's another one, wasn't there? There's DJ. Shoot, I don't remember. I just know there's a lot of two initials. But yeah, let's just take a look at Calvin Ridley. See if he's got any notes on him about, I don't want to play if there's a pandemic in place. Let's change this to frame rate. Okay. You're going to see a jump in his game, says Dirk Cotter. I never really trusted Dirk Cotter when he was on the Tampa Bay. But you know what? It's just fake. We'll give it a shot. We'll see what my grade is at the end of the draft here. All right. There you go. Yeah, I think he's got a lot of things going on apparently in the background. Oh yeah, there goes Kupp. Good for him. And just as I expected, or suspected, there's a bunch of wide receivers that just went. Where am I looking at now? Oof. But I tell you what, I think I'm looking pretty nice here for what I kind of have this game plan I'm going to try to stick with. We'll see how it works out. I'm kind of good on running backs. I don't need any tier 4 right now. I've got 3 of them. I wouldn't mind taking, I'm not going to say who, for all the juju that might be surrounding the whole automated draft. But Kareem Hunt, man, I got my eye on some Kareem Hunt. I have a lot of shares in him this year. Okay, so they're saying Waller, said that he was a great target. He's pepper with targets, which is really great for PPR. I think they've kind of upped their options over there in Las Vegas. I don't know. I'm not feeling any kind of tight end right now in that league specifically. Now my other league that I have that's PPR, where there is a tight end slot. I might consider doing that here, but ultimately I like to get my roster filled with my top point makers, like the running backs and wide receivers. Now with that said, not too interested in these guys. Mark Ingram, he did great last year. I just rather have someone that is going to be a guarantee. Whereas if you look over here in the receivers, like this is where you're starting to get a little bit thinner and lighter, where I need to probably start focusing on that over anything else. I will say that I have a sneaking suspicion that my player will be available next round because I've only got to wait 4 spots. But I really liked AJ Green. Gosh, Brandon Cooks, Marquise Brown. I'm not too sold on that guy. I'm gonna take a look to see what AJ Green looks like. 'Cause I think he's got a bye week of 9, so it's opposite of Calvin Ridley. That's one thing. That's cool. I think he's gonna put up. I'm deploying as a wide receiver 3. I'll report to training camp with the rest of the team next week. There we go. 18 million this season. Has been fully healthy since then. All lines on 20 ACRs. I'm gonna go ahead and draft him. I've got some confidence. I got some confidence in my AJ Green, boy. Show me that money. All right, so let's see who gets pulled off the board. And I know my options will be limited on the next round, which I already got my eye on a couple of people there, so might be worth it to go ahead and make this move now. I typically draft, and this is what I was thinking, guys. I typically draft my quarterbacks late. You can ask any of my league mates; they can attest to that. But there's something coming from Texas Tech. I know Cliff Kingsbury, and man, he knows his quarterbacks. And I know last year was a little off because it was his first year as a coach, first year with a rookie quarterback. But Kyler Murray, he's going to be mine. Now that I can. Again, this is just a trial run. I think this might be one of the first mock drafts that I've actually taken Kyler Murray or any quarterback this early. But we'll see how it ends up in the end. I got some other people that on my list here that I'm keeping an eye out for, and hopefully this doesn't end up screwing me. But okay, I'm okay. I'm okay. There's a couple people that I was looking at, but it looks like there's a lot of quarterbacks that went too. So I'm kind of glad. I am kind of glad that I took them, because now looking at what I have left, I have Stafford and Rodgers, and then it gets into like the tier 4. So this might actually turn it out in my favor. I'm kind of liking this. Now what I want to see is the draft board, because I've got 2 running backs. I've got 3 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and a quarterback. Looks like a lot of people have their wide receivers picked already too. So they're going to start looking for some running backs. I might want to go ahead and get my boy that I've been wanting to get, who I've picked and everything, just so I can have some depth. And that is going to be Kareem Hunt. Go, but David Montgomery's up there still too. Man. The only thing that's intriguing about David Montgomery is he's literally, like, him and Tariq Cohen are basically the only backs in Chicago. I just don't trust Chicago. Now, Nick Foles likes to check down. Maybe that's more of a Cohen guy. Their defense, though, is pretty stout, so that they may not need to pass the ball so much and run the ball more. But man, just think about it. And I hear it all the time from all the other fantasy football podcasts and whatnot that I listen to, is what happens when Nick Chubb goes down. Kareem Hunt, welcome back to that whole Kansas City role where he had a couple years ago, where he was a league winner. So I can't turn away from that. I can't turn away from that. Now the thing also is I got two week 8 buys, and he's a week 9. Okay, I'm okay with that. I can go ahead and draft him. So now obviously we've got Kareem Hunt and Joe Mixon that are on the bye together, and we got Kenyon Drake and Melvin Gordon. So they'll just swap them out. Now I need to focus more on definitely my wide receivers, but I'll definitely keep looking at what's the best option at the time. And dang it, man, I really like Crowder. He's gone. I really think Crowder was going to be good. Okay, well, that's it, boys. I mean, just gotta roll with the punches, right? So again, I'm not looking at tight ends. I don't care about them. I see Tariq Cohen is back on the backside. So is Ronald Jones, which I've heard lots of good things about him too. Damon Williams might be good for like the first couple of weeks, but obviously his timeshare there is going to be split with the new rookie that's coming in, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I don't think he's going to keep his job for very long. But as you can see, I'm still missing a slot. I'm good in depth on running back. I don't know if I can ignore my receivers anymore, but if you look, it's just not that good. I was really hoping for Jamison Crowder. Sterling Shepard, he's one concussion away from being retired. Darius Slayton put up some really good numbers. I don't like John Brown, especially with Diggs in Buffalo, and Josh Allen just doesn't know how to throw the ball. You know what? I'm going to go... Here's the other thing you can do too, right? If you load up on running back heavy or wide receiver heavy with the top tier guys, you can always trade, right? Use those as trade bait for another team, league mate that is looking for something. Say you took all their running backs. Well, this is the time where you can maybe trade for after the draft. I'm going to look to see here what Ronald Jones's buy is. I just like to look at buys. I know that's kind of silly. Buy 13. Okay. Well, I just expected starting running back. Guys, I normally wouldn't do this, but just the sense that my wide receivers are very piss poor, in my opinion. I know I'm going to have a long wait, but look at that. Now that I'm glad I took Ronald Jones, because now there's a bunch of running backs that just left the board. And I still have the same people that I was looking at. So that's a solid pick. I liked it. Looks like a defense was picked early. That's interesting. I saw that Philip Lindsay was picked. Not feeling Lindsay at all. I don't have any worry about him splitting the load with my boy Gordon. Okay, well now we're back to the same people. So now I feel more comfortable in picking Darius Slayton. And I'll tell you right now, excuse me, when it wraps back around, I'm gonna take another wide receiver. I'll tell you right now. I don't care who's left up there. I'm taking another wide receiver. I think the guys that I have are pretty solid. I'm a little light on the wide receiver, but we'll see what that grade gets me. And of course, they all have different buys, so now I just need to have one more solid wide receiver. And now that I have Slayton, I don't want Shepard. I don't want Golden Tate. I don't want anything to do with the Chargers this year. Nothing. Again, I already talked about my issues with John Brown. Great player, great receiver. Emmanuel Sanders, I picked him up on a couple leagues, but I tell you, I really don't see him benefiting in New Orleans. You got mainly because Michael Thomas is a beast, right? Like Breeze is going to throw him the ball. Then you got Kamara, like he's going to get the ball. There's just too much for Emmanuel to do. He's going to be mainly a decoy. CeeDee Lamb, same thing. Dak's going to have so many people to throw it to. Amari Cooper for a little bit, maybe 5 games out of the year. He's going to put up some numbers, just like Mike Williams. Those guys are probably going to put up some numbers, but it's not going to be consistent. So I don't want that when I feel very strongly about Anthony Miller, because who else is there? Burton, who was supposed to be this tight end god or whatever, because he had a good half season in Philadelphia. That was the dumbest trade, I think. And I was even dumber for picking him up in 2 years ago's draft. But you got Allen Robinson, which he's an excellent, great receiver when he's on the field. And then you got Tariq Cohen. Other than that, I think they've got some high hopes for Anthony Miller, like they did last year, and he's flashed some good things, and we'll just see if he's going to take it to the next level. To have more structured preparation. Anthony Miller will have a structured schedule throughout the week, and that process will help him become more successful on Sundays. And that's just it. He's had another shoulder surgery. Shoulder surgery. Oh man. And that's the key thing right here. It comes out to about 11.6 fantasy points per game, which is the same as these guys. That right there is telling me something good about this guy. When he's on the field, he can perform. He's pretty consistent, and that's kind of what I want at this point. With me being a little light on the receivers, I need some consistency. Someone that has a decent floor, not so much a high ceiling. The high ceiling is going to come from the guys of Ridley and Green. Darius Slayton, he's also fairly consistent too. I will need another wide receiver though, for sure, since I know Miller has the same bye as Slayton. That's going to put me out one receiver that week on the 11. Obviously, I don't need to look at running backs right now. I mean, it's a bunch of dog shit stuff anyway. But I will say I'm going to look at someone in my last bench spot if I can pick them up. And look, see these guys are still up here. These guys are still up here after all that drafting. What did everyone do? To get a bunch of running backs? This is exactly why I took Ronald Jones when I did, guys. It's exactly what I took way up here. Because look at all these. Now all these running backs are gone. Which, there's some really good picks in here. I like the Tony Pollard this late. Antonio Gibson, that was a good one. I didn't even think about him, but it's okay. And oh my gosh, you got all these defenses off the board too. Why? I still think it's so funny. Was it last year when I think someone picked up the Bears defense in like the 5th round? It was crazy high. And what did they end up, like 9th, 8th? It was terrible. Okay. Well, we still got some good spots in here. So I don't really like to stack people so much, especially on a team when they're not they don't score that many points. So like Sterling Shepard, I don't want to stack, especially I don't want to stack receivers. Again, John Brown, he's at this point in what round is this? 10th? I'm not even keeping up. 11th. Now we're in the 11th round. John Brown's still up there. I mean, that tells you something. Might be worth taking a gander at. Still not interested in Sanders or any of these guys. Judy, though, like he's gonna be. I think he's gonna be like the top receiver in Denver if they ever get that opportunity. The other point is too, they got some. There's several wide receivers in this area that I've been eyeballing too, and so now we have 4 bench spots left. I'm going to take at least 2 of these up with some more wide receivers and at least another running back that I have in mind, as long as he's still there. He's probably going to be my last bench spot. And defenses, it's funny, I was just talking about that story. I think the Bears are going to have a really strong defense this year. I really do. I can't bring myself to do that. I know I'm hurting more. I've had several picks of these defenses in the past. Man, that's actually it's pretty interesting. I don't care about any of these people. I'm not interested in running back. I'm not really interested in any of these guys, honestly. I just don't like Josh Allen. He's going to run the ball. I don't think he's going to throw it to John Brown. You know what? I'm going to go a little crazy. I'm actually going to take the Chicago Bears. I'm going to take the Chicago Bears. Because I don't need tight ends either. I'm going to take the Bears. We'll see what happens. It's probably not a good pick. But hey, I got my eyes on three players. Got my eye on three players coming up. And I have full confidence that they will be available when I want them to be available. So, for instance, let's talk about this. I'm definitely going to take a wide receiver. I'm telling you now. I'm going to take a wide receiver. I don't like any of the tier 6 guys. I'll leave those for everyone else to pick up. But what I do like Jerry Jeudy. Never really watched any of his game script stuff or his videos. I'm not an analyst, guys. I don't do all that. I kind of just go with my gut primarily. I've heard good things about Ruggs and how people are really excited about him. I mean, who else is Derek Carr going to throw to? What is that guy's name? What is his name? Just had a brain fart. Tyrell Williams. Yeah, no. I'm gonna just go ahead and do this. Hopefully he doesn't have a bye week on 11. Nope, he's a 6. All right, cool. This is where I'm gonna start drafting a lot of rookies. Just the guys that have a lot of upside. I think that's the smartest thing to do. Is not worry so much about the rumors and everything of the past about rookies and how they perform in their first year. Honestly, I never listen to that as far as running backs are concerned anyway. But wide receivers, I get it. But when there's no one else, what are you going to do? And as you can see, Jerry, he's still there. But so is the other guy that I wanted to take. And is this where I get a short turn? Is this my short turn? Where am I going? Nothing works better on tough pain than Advil, though. All right, where are we at? Why aren't you showing me? Okay, this is my short turn. Look at all those running backs. I still like where I'm at, y'all. I still like where I'm at. Sterling Shepard finally went. If I take John Brown, I'm sure I'm going to get something that pops up here. It's like, oh, you got such a steal. Yeah, I know. I don't want to steal. I want to win. How much do I got? I got 2. Okay. All right. Who's my quarterback? Kyler Murray. I thought about maybe taking a quarterback, but not at this point. Not with what's up there. I like how Andy Dalton's number 39 at Dallas. Are you kidding me? You know what's crazy though? Taysom Hill, with that guy being the gadget that he is, the only thing is he's only if he was considered like a tight end or had multiple profiles or statuses like quarterback, tight end, wide receiver, I would pick him up in a heartbeat. That means you can throw him anywhere in your lineup to try to give you some points. Okay. I don't know if I want to do that right now. Draft board. Is this my short turn still? And I had just been talking y'all's ear off and not making a pick? Yep. All right. So I have one position coming. Let's do... Oh, man. Mike Williams. He's going to be the top guy, though. And those guys. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and take this guy. No, I'm not. He's a tier 7. I'm not going to take him. He'll still be at least available. John Brown or Mike Williams? John Brown or Mike Williams? Or Rager? Y'all, this is crazy. You know what? I'm going to... Just because he's still available. It's the only reason. It's the only reason. It's the only reason. Yeah, that's the thing. He's a player I've been letting someone else in your league draft. It's exactly my thoughts. It's exactly my thoughts, too. Let's see what John Brown says. Another... See, I don't like those odds either. He's a great player. He got shafted on that trade. He got shafted. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm gonna go ahead and just do what I was going to do anyway. I'm just gonna get Jalen Reagor. 589. Well, I think he's got a chance to light it up. He's got a chance to light it up, and oh, okay, Armstead's gone. Dang it. That was gonna be my turnaround, but it's okay. And I bet you, I'm pretty sure Jalen Reagor is still gonna be there on the turn. It's all right. It's all right. I've got a strong running back core. I'm okay. I'm okay with that. Now it's just really peppering my receivers, and I can tell you, these guys are, it's crazy, y'all. These guys are still up there, and we're almost done with the draft. That says something. That means these are rated too high for sure. Let us. This is gonna be the long haul. Like after this, I have a long wait, and we got 4 people in tier 1. Who's the quarterback with that? Dak Prescott. We got that guy. John Brown. I just don't like. If any of these people that I have the most faith in is either Jerry Jeudy or CeeDee Lamb, another rookie. Another rookie. Oh, I don't like Mike Williams. Don't like Golden Tate. I already got Slayton. John Brown. Man, I feel bad for John Brown. I'm trying to think of it. You know what? He's another bye week 11. Like, who do I have? Calvin, AJ Green. It don't matter. All right. I don't matter. I'm going to get this little thing pop up, right? It's a steal. It's a steal. Yeah, I know it's a steal. Unless my computer's too laggy for it. Oh, I didn't even give it to me. Wow. Maybe it wasn't a steal. Maybe it wasn't a steal. But what's funny, what's great, I'm going to go ahead and get my Will Lutz right now. I don't care. I don't care about kickers anyway. Let's do that. And let's go with... I like to see who's available still for my other league. Alright, okay. Okay. I like how there's 2 people here right next to each other that are really decent receivers. But I don't think I have anyone from Kansas City. And man, I loved watching this guy. Oh, but I like Pittman too. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I like Cole Hartman, man. I like that guy. I think he's gonna replace Hill when he gets in trouble again. All right. So there is, as you can see, I got a lot of receivers. But I feel strong about my top tier. I got a top tier quarterback. I got a top tier defense. I got a top tier, two top tier running backs. I got a top tier kicker, which I love kickers in my league, honestly, truth be told. And look, I got a B plus. You know, it's not so bad. That's without having any kind of receivers early. So I can do that. I know that I'm struggling in receivers, but hey, that's what draft is going to do. It's going to get that grade, and then you know what? I can easily just flip around and maybe trade with one of my league mates, like I said, giving away one of my running backs. But that's how that you know what? That's going to be this video. Stay tuned for another one. Maybe I'll do another mock draft. But again, please hit that subscribe button down below. Hit the bell to remind you when you get some more videos uploaded. I'm going to try to, this is my first time doing this, guys, so I'm going to try to set up a schedule, a cadence regularly. We want to have another channel more for kid-friendly, you know, with my family involved. I just want to say thank you for your time. And for now, it's oodles from Noodles. Much love, y'all.